Hey, welcome everyone to the Washington Hearing Society's Northwest Hearing Aid Summit 2024. People are still hopping on, and that's just fine. Okay. Liz, you are going to have to unmute yourself.
I just saw the big blue button, so yes, thank you.
All
Yes.
right. So our vice president is Elizabeth Miller, and she's going to go ahead and start this off. We have a few folks from different manufacturers as well as different companies that are going to speak to us for this next hour. So go ahead, Liz, take it away.
All right. Yes, welcome everybody. We're going to get started. So tonight is just kind of a welcome meeting, and we're just going to have a few people talk, maybe show some slides, new products, things like that. Do we want to hold questions kind of to the end of each presentation, probably, Kaylin? Is that probably?
Yeah, just for a few minutes. We have looks like we have about five different folks that are going to speak tonight. I guess everyone's muted at the moment. Go ahead and speak up. Is there anyone that needs to share anything? Like with the screen? No, I'm getting head nods. No one's speaking up. Okay, so that's fine. Go ahead and unmute yourself when Liz introduces you, and let's go.
Okay. And then, of course, you can go ahead and use like the chat feature as well. So if you have questions, we can kind of take a look at the end of each speaker and see if we can answer those questions as well. So our first speaker is Courtney from Unitron. I'm sure most people know who she is. She's fabulous. So Courtney, I'll just let you take it away.
Thank you all so much for having me, and thank you, Elizabeth. It's great to be here. The Washington Hearing Society this was the best meeting that I've ever been to last year, the best hearing related meeting, and I cannot wait to come back this year, hopefully. So thank you all for having me. Just wanted to deliver a few updates on behalf of Unitron. I am our regional trainer for the West region, so I'm kind of your support system for Unitron. For any of you that may have questions, I'll make sure that you all have my information. I do have a time constraint today, but I do just have a few updates I want to deliver. First of all, we do have new software. Our newest version of our software is TrueFit 5.5. So if you have not updated your Unitron software in some time, excuse me, be sure to take some time to do that. Shouldn't take but a few minutes, but it will provide support for all of our newest products in the Vivante portfolio. Vivante is our latest platform, so if you've worked with Unitron recently, hopefully you have enjoyed fitting it on your patients and you've seen its benefits. We now have 5 form factors in Vivante, so a 6th one is coming in March. Stay tuned for that. I can't break the news, but it's an exciting new form factor coming. We recently refreshed our Remote Plus app. And so the new version of the app was pushed to all Unitron patients that use the app at the beginning of January. So your Unitron patients are already using the new app, and hopefully they're enjoying it. A couple things I do like about the new version of the app is that patients can now see their log it all data in the app. So they can see how much time they're spending in different listening environments. It's just a really nice counseling tool for you, something to point out to your patients when you're fitting them with Unitron and getting them all set up with the app. Really encouraging for patients that use hearing aids that want to get reinforcement from the fact that their listening environments will get more diverse as they wear their hearing devices. Also, another new feature in our app, our latest version, is that we have an advanced mode and a classic mode in the app. So for those patients that prefer a more bare bones, simple technology, type of layout of the app, they can go to the classic mode, and the app will look much like it did before the changes were made. The advanced mode is what will, patients will be guided to the advanced mode, but they can always go back if you have a patient that prefers simplicity when it comes to technology. Finally, just the last update I want to remind everybody is that we have new receivers. They're called SDS5. So we now went back to the Ceru Stop filters versus the Ceru Shield. And we all have like a little amen we can say for that, because everybody's pretty happy about that, myself included. So just wanted to remind everybody, if you order a new product, it will come with those receivers and those wax guards that everybody has loved for many years. So I think that's all the updates I have right now. I do have to kind of peace out, but I appreciate all of you and the time that you spent listening to me today. And I'm excited to hopefully see you all at the meeting.
Great, thanks, Courtney. Have fun. Your son has softball, right? Is that what's going on? A nice softball game? That's nice. Okay, well, have fun. And thanks again for being here and speaking with us. Are there any specific questions from anybody that we want to? Nope. Okay. All right. Thanks, Courtney.
Thanks, everybody.
Okay. Bye. Okay. So next we have Tammy from Oticon. Right?
Well, that was on the list. I'm not sure that I see her here. Go ahead and move forward. I know that Katie is.
Yeah. Katie, Starkey. Hello.
Hi, sorry. Hi, Liz. Hi, everybody. I'm sorry I'm joining from my car because I just left a meeting late, but so I appreciate your time. I'm really excited to be here and see your faces, so thank you. I just want to update you on the Genesis AI product line and what we have recently announced as of the 27th with our new launch. If it's okay, I'll just share some slides while I talk. Are you guys okay with that? Okay, so I'm going to share my screen really quick.
I think
Hold on just a moment.
Oh, it's the same. Okay.
Yep.
I don't have to. I can just talk if that's easier.
You now can. Go ahead.
Okay. Great. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Here we go. Let me know. Can you see it?
Not just yet. Oh, there we go.
It looks like it's coming. Yep.
Okay. I got to get rid of, I am being blocked by the, there we go. Okay, so just a quick PowerPoint. Please let me know if you have any questions. Genesis AI, I'm going to close this. Genesis AI is our most recent platform. It was originally launched in March of 2023 with new form factors and updates in August of 2023. And then we just announced some updates, which I'll get to 2 days ago, that will be available next month. So Genesis is all new everything. So if you haven't had a chance to fit Genesis or you're not familiar, everything you know about Starkey and the sound quality has changed with Genesis AI. And that was something we wanted to do on purpose because we felt that we could do better and we could come forward with better innovation. So we have new products, new receivers, new software, a new app, new chargers, and new accessories. The form factors we have include anything from a non-wireless IIC to a non-wireless CIC to our wireless CIC, which is a 312 battery and Bluetooth compatible. So it is a CIC that will pair to your phone and connect wirelessly with all the Bluetooth features of our excuse me, of our other Bluetooth hearing aids, it is a 312 battery. We have the rechargeable ITC, the rechargeable ITE, the micro RIC, which is the smallest RIC in the industry with a sensor, and then the RIC RT and the RIC 312. A couple of things about Genesis that make it stand out is, so first, the processor in Genesis is very advanced and sophisticated. We have a dedicated microprocessor, so a separate structure just for deep neural network processing that's taking in information about the listening environment, classifying that appropriately and applying the noise reduction algorithms appropriately. That is constantly learning. It's using machine learning, and it's doing it very well because it is on a dedicated processor specifically for that. For your patients, we have the industry's longest lasting rechargeable battery in a RIC. Our RIC 312 has a 51-hour battery life on a full charge. The micro RIC and customs have just over 40 hours. And then we just 2 days ago introduced that we are coming out with a rechargeable CIC that will have 38 hours of battery life. As I said, we have the industry's smallest rechargeable RIC with a sensor, and we do have a 20 dB improvement in our input dynamic range with the Genesis. So essentially, we've gone from a 108 to a 118 dB input saturation level. So music and more dynamic sounds are more natural sounding for patients. We've also lowered our noise floor by 10 dB, so it's a much quieter hearing aid, which is something that we've not been known for in the past. So great sound quality for patients. We also, of course, have the smallest and best fitting custom products. The sound quality that we have, we call it neurosound technology, and I could talk about it for a long time, but essentially what we've done is we have focused on very clear sound, very transparent sound, and good audibility for soft speech. So patients who've gone from our previous devices to our Genesis are noticing clarity and speech intelligibility like they haven't noticed before. This is just a summary of the battery life on a per style basis. So the battery life is good. After 5 years, this battery life should still be very, very good. Patients should still be getting over a full day of battery life with these rechargeables. I want to note that our rechargeable hearing aids are also IP68+. They are considered waterproof. And it's true, when we do the testing for these, we did it with the receivers on. We did some of the testing with the outer case off. So they truly are waterproof and very durable and long lasting for patients. So these will eliminate unnecessary repairs. This and the improvement in battery life are huge for patients and for saving time on your end. Finally, I want to say that we are coming out next month with what we call our signature series. And like I said, we have a CIC rechargeable. It is non-wireless in that it does not have Bluetooth capabilities, but it does have an antenna for wireless programming. So it can be programmed with the NoaLink wireless and the NoaLink wireless 2. We also have the CIC non-wireless, which we did have this form factor before, but in the signature series, it's going to have premium features, and it will also have our feature that we're very proud of called Edge Mode Plus, which is a very instant and aggressive feature change for improving speech understanding in really difficult listening environments. So the CIC non-wireless and then the IIC non-wireless, which again, premium features. All of our signature series products will go through a process to ensure the absolute smallest and best fit with optimized custom venting. So more to come on those. There are trainings, and I put the dates here. If you're interested in those and you did not get an email, please let me know and I can help you out. Finally, I just want to note that our Genesis product line uses the My Starkey app. The current version is version 2.0. And then Genesis products use our new Profit software, where our previous products used our Inspire software. So the Profit software version is 2024.0 currently. That's my update. Here's my information. Please feel free to call me or text me or email me if I can help you. If you'd like some information, I'm here to help. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Katie.
Thank you. I'll stop sharing. There we go.
Okay. Now, does anyone have questions for Katie? This was, a brand new launch for the signature line. So maybe people do have a couple questions about that. If you guys want to put it in the chat or talk about it later, we can, but Katie's here now to answer any questions if anyone has any. Everyone's going to be quiet, like always.
If any questions come up, feel free to text me or email me as well. I'm happy to talk to you individually about this.
Perfect. Okay. Thanks, Katie. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay. And then let's see. So next, the first person I just had on the list from Phonak is Jenny, but I think they have two other speakers that are going to be talking. So anyone from Phonak, whoever wants to go first?
I think Chrissy's going to go, our clinical trainer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm Chrissy Gabler. So I may have met some of you, but I'm pretty much just in kind of like the Vancouver, Washington area. And Rochelle, who is on her way back from the airport, might be joining us shortly. But I'll have our emails available. She's got the rest of Washington State. But let's go ahead and share. All right. All right. So we just last week started our launch to extend our Lumity line, which we're very excited about. So we can say that even more conversations are shining with Lumity. And really with Phonak, honestly, we truly feel like we have a solution for everyone. Regardless of where a person is in their hearing journey, we do have products for them. And that's going to be from hearing protection all the way to our compatibility with advanced bionic CIs. So Phonak can help your patients live a life without limitations. This is our latest display for all of our products on the Lumity line with our customs on Verto on Paradise. But really, we're pleased to provide such a broad product portfolio to help all of your patients. And what you're seeing here, so latest as of last week, and we actually started out Lumity as a rechargeable only line, but with this launch of last week, we have launched some zinc air powered options in response to the overwhelming desire from you, the providers, but also our consumers. So you speak, we listen. So kind of starting at the top, because there's a lot on this page, you'll see our new Audeo L312 alongside our rechargeable telecoil, and rechargeable waterproof life, as well as our Fit model, which we extended through to the Lumity line as well. So giving your patients an option to fit every need, we also have that sleek and stylish Slim, of course, still offering our wonderful Paradise telecoil for those who need a battery option that's compatible with the battery-powered Cross P. The Cross Lumity is rechargeable, and it's compatible with the rechargeable telecoil and our rechargeable BTE models. For your patients with a little bit more of a significant loss, we've got Naida offering both rechargeable and battery-powered options with our Power Rechargeable, the new SP with a 13 battery, and our UP, which is the 675. Now with Phonak, we really do believe that children are not just little adults, so we do have a dedicated pediatric Sky line, especially designed for those demanding needs of even the tiniest of patients. So we have now our Sky M, which has a 312 battery. That's brand new. Our power rechargeable. We now have a Super Power with a 13 battery and our Ultra Power with a 675. Down at the bottom, we have our Verto Paradise. We are still with Paradise on our customs, but everything from our titanium, teeny tiny titanium, all the way to the Verto P312, which is Bluetooth compatible and has all the accessories and features of Lumity. As far as accessories go, everything down at the bottom, of course, we love Roger. The more we can hand out Roger, we would. It truly is an amazing technology that can help anybody. And 60% of our patients who have a Roger are actually in a mild to moderate hearing loss state. So it's not just for those power patients. Of course, we have our accessories like the TV connector and the partner mic and remote control. But along with that is our apps. We did just update the MyPhonak app and the MyPhonak Junior app. So we're really pleased with those. And a lot of people don't know that the MyPhonak Junior app is a great option for your patients who are maybe a little overwhelmed by all of the things you can do with the MyPhonak app. So MyPhonak Junior does have kind of more of a sleek, streamlined appearance now, with the option of either going kind of that more adult mode or with Leo the Lion all over the place. So you kind of have that option to pick and choose. Very excited about all that. But I want to jump onto the inside, really, of what makes our devices go, the brain of our instruments. That's our Prism chip. And all of our newest technologies take advantage of this automatic Prism chip that astoundingly scans the environment 700 times per second. And now that's not per minute, that is per second. Selects from over 200 unique combinations of programs and features, settings, all balancing our features focused on speech understanding and comfort. AutoSense was originally introduced back in 2014, and we're on the 5th generation. It continues to adapt and improve with each platform. And we know one thing to be true, and that's that patients do better and hear better in noise when they're in their AutoSense program. With Lumity, we introduced smart speech technology, and it really highlights Phonak's dedication to providing the best possible solutions for speech understanding in a combination of established and new features focused on ensuring improved speech understanding and reduced listening effort. We know how important that is for our patients. So what we brought forth from kind of one of our heritage features, that's going to be our ultra zoom. That's going to be in our comfort and noise. Our motion sensor hearing, making things sound more natural when we're on the move. Dynamic noise cancellation has our binaural voice stream where the devices are talking to each other and more aggressively reducing background noise. Speech enhancer enhances the peaks of soft speech in quiet, making it easier to hear those soft-spoken people, family members, but also hear better from an adjacent room, which is pretty amazing. Of course, we brought forth Roger technology, but we also brought the ActiVent receiver, which is the world's first intelligent receiver, which I'm always happy to answer questions about. Now, with the addition of Stereo Zoom 2.0, sorry, I didn't mean to do that, Stereo Zoom 2.0, which is our signature directional beamformer, it's been upgraded, so it has more seamless activation, even more focused, and it's smoother, it's smarter, it's a stronger activation. On top of that, we have speech sensor. It offers a precise detection of speech from any direction. Could be from the side, could be from behind you, just making things much more natural because not all conversations happen face-to-face. I have a nice visual here of our smart speech technology and what the breakdown is of the features within our 4 tech levels. With our launch of Lumity, we did bring dynamic noise cancellation to our 70 level technology. And with a manual program of speech and loud noise, the 70 level patients can still have access to our Stereo Zoom 2.0, that really nice, narrow, smoother, smarter, stronger beamformer. With our 4 tech levels, of course, it's designed to meet all the ranges of your patient needs and budgets. The gray area that you're seeing here, this is the acoustic settings available per each tier within AutoSense. Now, of course, our 90 level, that's going to be our standard of care, the premium technology. You do get the most adaptive and automatic devices, allowing your patients to hear better, even in the most demanding listening situations. That's where you're going to get what you see in green, which is our smart speech technology features. That's going to be that speech sensor, that speech enhancer, and the stereo zoom 2.0, which are more automatic in the 90s. So I have included here, I'm not sure if Rochelle was able to make it on, but these are our emails. So please feel free to reach out to either of us if you have questions, concerns. We'll get you to the right person, or reach out to your account manager if you need anything. So I'm going to pass it off to Jenny, the account manager, as soon as I can share my other screen. If I could find it, where are you?
It's okay, Chrissy, you can leave it there. I just wanted to say hi, I'm Jenny. I cover the Portland area and Southwest Washington. And then we have a new hire up in the rest of Washington State, Ben Gilham, and he just couldn't be here this evening. But I know he's looking forward to meeting all of you and doing all that. And Chrissy mentioned Roger. We do have a promo going on for that, which you can get the device for about half off, which is great. And then we always really encourage demoing our hearing aids. And so we have some really great demoing promos also. So with any 70 or 90 level purchase, you can always get a pair of those demos. And they recently increased the wear time, like the trial time, to 12 weeks. So, and you can set that if you want a patient to have less time, but it gives them a really good opportunity to take advantage of the technology and give their feedback and all of that. So don't hesitate to reach out. We're here to help for anything you need. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of your conference.
Thank you. I just want to say real quick, if that is a slide that you'd like me to share with attendees, please go ahead and send it over.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. That was great. Great information.
Thank you.
Yes. Does anyone have any specific questions? If anyone wants to unmute and ask or go in the chat. No? Okay. Keith, you know this well. It's usually how our work meetings go, right? No one likes to talk. Okay. So it looks like Tammy from Oticon, you're here. There she is. I don't know if I can unmute you, but
Yep, I got it here. So my
there
apologies.
you go. Yep.
There we go. Hi, everybody. I don't know about you guys down there. I'm up in Tacoma, and we're getting this lovely snow rain mix. So it's fascinating. It's all kinds of fun up here.
Tammy, do you need to share any slides?
I do have a YouTube video I was actually going to play that I think actually does a great job of explaining what the new stuff does.
Give me just a moment.
Okay. I do have a green share screen option, so
go right ahead.
Okay, so really quickly, before I jump into that, I just wanted to do a quick introduction. I know most of you guys know me. My name is Tammy Franklin. I am the Western Washington rep. I cover essentially the greater Puget Sound area, out to the coast, up to the border, down to about Chehalis or so. Chad Wiley is our Portland, Southwest Washington rep, and then Misty Shores is our Eastern Washington rep. So unfortunately, the two of them couldn't make it, so I agreed to be the awesome guinea pig to come in today and talk to you guys. We, as you may know or may not know, we just launched a brand new product on Thursday, so called Oticon Intent, and it's a fantastic product that is using sensors at this point and is using sensors to help patients hear better in complex environments. I'm going to play a video that I think does a really good job of just explaining it, and then we'll get to a little bit more kind of some of the nitty-gritty details. And if you guys have questions, I'm happy to answer them. So let me see if I can share my screen, make sure I'm sharing my sound. And okay, and then I'll turn off my camera. I'm actually at my husband's office because our internet happened to implode this afternoon. So I had to run over here at the last minute to come over and do this. So I'm gonna turn off my camera, and my microphone is just done to just make sure that the internet holds its own here. So yeah, okay, so we'll share this and we'll get going.
The primary challenge for people with a hearing loss is understanding speech in complex and dynamic listening environments. Oticon Intent includes 4D sensor technology, which is designed to address exactly that. Built on the new Sirius platform, Oticon offers evidence-based audiological features designed to support the brain optimally. The 4D sensor technology is the world's first sensor technology to combine information from a person's head movement, body movement, conversation activity, and acoustic environment to capture a user's listening intentions. This means that Oticon Intent can recognize when a person's listening intent changes and adapt immediately. This is Oticon Intent. It's a modern device stacked with incredible features and technology. Let's take a look inside. At the heart of Oticon Intent sits the powerful Sirius chipset. This is the home of the 4D sensors, and it's the engine behind some of Oticon's most important features. The updated MoreSound Intelligence 3.0 provides even more noise suppression than ever before, and this has been made possible by a second-generation deep neural network. The deep neural network has been trained with an even greater diversity of sound samples than its predecessor, which makes the output even more true to life. The deep neural network in Oticon Intent has learned through experience, similar to how the human brain learns, which gives a more accurate representation of the sound environment, providing the best possible signal to the brain. The Sirius chipset also includes improvements to our adaptive amplification system, MoreSound Amplifier 3.0, to give users a precise and balanced amplification over a frequency bandwidth from 80 and all the way up to 10,000 Hz. And this provides a fuller sound scene with a richer representation of the sound environment, and it gives an optimized music experience. All of this incredible technology comes in a modern rechargeable mini-ride style, significantly shorter than any previous Oticon mini-ride rechargeable style. The Oticon Intent mini-ride style is available in 9 colors, 8 standard colors, including the new honey beige and sky blue. With Oticon Intent comes our new self-calibration speaker, Minifit Detect. Whenever users turn on their hearing aids, they are guaranteed a gain accuracy within 1 dB thanks to the automatic self-calibration. Minifit Detect is a smart speaker, and this means that it has a built-in memory. This ensures that all relevant information from serial number and fitting level to wire length and left-right information is transmitted via the speaker's 8-pin connector and displayed in the fitting software. Minifit Detect is available in 4 power levels, 60, 85, 100 and 105, and they're compatible with a range of standard and custom-made earpieces, such as the new Microshell Detect. The speaker also comes with a new wire bend design that's optimized for the natural shape of the ear canal and ear opening. This ensures high comfort, a stable, deep placement, and a lower risk of shifting when a person moves their jaw while speaking or eating. The new mini-ride style includes both a telecoil and a size 13 lithium-ion battery. This means more power between charges, a 33% reduction in charging times, and 5 years of use, all thanks to the fast and reliable contact charging. The new desk charger is designed from ground up to fit seamlessly into the user's everyday life. It's stylish, it's discreet, and it's easy to use, and it offers users a full day of use of their hearing aids after only 1 hour of charging. Oticon Intent is also made for iPhone hearing aids and support all modern connectivity standards, including the new Bluetooth LE audio. The device is also compatible with Oticon Companion app, which is available on our smartphone as well as Apple Watch. These were the highlights of the new Oticon Intent. If you want to learn more, please visit the Oticon website.
Oh, Tammy, are you there?
Yep, I'm here. My apologies. I was trying to jump right into the next commercial, and I was like, before you have to compete with hearing me and a commercial at the same time on YouTube, maybe I was just trying to get all that stuff turned off. So that is our new product. So Oticon Intent. And the idea with this really is that our plan with this is to produce precision healthcare for patients. We know that the hearing aids are fantastic and historically have been fantastic at addressing how a patient is dealing with their environment, right? But that's going to change depending upon what the patient's needs are. That's where the sensors have come in with what our product is offering at this point. So, for example, last week I went to the CQ meeting for a little bit, and I was looking for a friend. And so I got there and I was kind of looking around trying to figure out where she was at. And finally met up with her, caught up with her, saw she was there. And then a few other people came over and joined us after about 10 minutes or so. And that environment in itself hadn't really changed, right? It was still the same room. That hadn't changed. My hearing loss hadn't changed. The devices I was wearing, prescription hadn't really changed, but my needs had changed in each of those individual situations. What Intent does is it uses those sensors for both the head and the body movements, for the acoustic environment, and looking at the conversation activity that is being noticed in that environment, and it makes adjustments accordingly, whether we're looking in a room for somebody, whether we're in one-on-one having a very quiet conversation or an intimate conversation with somebody, or whether we're in a group of people and we're not only talking to somebody, but also kind of monitoring what's happening in that given environment. So what we're able to produce with that is a much more personalized sound effect for patients, and allow them to really engage in life like they never have before. The response has been overwhelming. I had a customer call me on Monday and very, very upset that we had a new product. He was not thrilled. He didn't want to do this. And then he called me yesterday and he goes, I'm a believer. He goes, I fit this on a few patients just to try it out, but I didn't know how it was going to go. And he goes, these are absolutely amazing. So this is our way of being able to address what patients' intentions are and what their individual needs are. Okay. So we offer it in 4 levels of technology. So we offer it in Intent 1 through 4. We've added additional noise reduction for each of the products compared to what we had with the Real. So we have anywhere from 12 dB, 10, 8, and 6 dB at each of the different levels. As mentioned in the video, we've improved our deep neural network. So we've added even more sound scenes to the 8 million that it was originally trained on with the original DNN. We've also added the LE Bluetooth audio, or the Bluetooth LE audio. And so we're able to do a lot more in terms of our capabilities within Bluetooth range for more devices. And we've also future-proofed the product for Auracast as well. I'm not sure, I don't think Tracy's coming here to talk about the audible contrast threshold, but we also are compatible with ACT, which is a new hearing and noise test that's out on the market. That is basically not language specific, but allows for us to do relatively quick testing at about a minute and a half to ascertain people's ability to determine how well they can hear a noise. So we've worked with Interacoustics on that, and we have that available in our products as well to provide an even more customized experience for patients. As mentioned, we have 4 levels of technology. The Intent 2 is available for Washington, Illinois for your patients. So it still has sensors in it, which is awesome, and still has the same noise reduction capabilities as the Oticon Real 1. So we offer the 2 for that, and we've been able to yeah, it's available now for purchase. So we do have a 13 battery for rechargeable with it, a new charger for contact charging, and we can do a full charge within about 2 hours. Yeah, I think that is about it. This is a pretty quick, I know we want to keep it down to about 10 minutes. Do you guys have any questions about anything? I know this is a very broad overview of what we're doing.
I do, Tammy. So maybe not that I have gotten this, but does Oticon have like a simple brochure for the customers that show the different technology levels and like you said, the different noise reduction? Because
we have a single page that, I apologize, my husband's office here. We have a single pager that goes through all of those specific details, kind of getting into kind of the weeds of the details that you can give to patients if you want to. That gets
like in layman's terms.
Yes. Not quite super layman's terms, but we have our professional or our consumer brochure that's our trifold that we have as well. I don't think that gets too deep into the weeds as far as different tech levels.
Yeah. Okay.
Generally trying to keep it, our general rule with that is we try to keep things in a more or less kind of, here's the technology as it stands as a whole, and kind of like you have that conversation with them about what the technology is going to look like and what's best for them, versus presenting them with all these different tiers and having them go, oh, we want the one in the middle, right? Which is kind of where people tend to lean towards, whether that's most appropriate for them or not. So we kind of tend to lean more towards, here's all the technology in terms of inpatient speak on what works best for you, but here's in terms of what works best in terms of just the technology and how you're going to benefit from it, and then let you kind of have that conversation about the tiers and what's going to work for you guys.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
There is a lot of information. This is something, since we've come back from our launch this weekend and been in meetings with clinicians, you know, generally we have an hour-long appointment. What we've been finding is there's so much information that's involved in here. An hour gives us a good overview to kind of dig into stuff for people. But we are also offering 2 hour long classes. And we have some seminars coming up. So Amanda Lawrence, who's our regional trainer, is doing some meetings virtually next week, kind of that hour-long overview. Next Wednesday on the 6th at 11 a.m. and at noon. I will put I'll put the address for the registration in the little in the comments if you want to look at that. Within that time too, we also have in-person seminars that are going on. So for any of you that are in Eastern Washington, Misty has a class late next week, I think on Thursday, in Spokane. And then we have 2 that are in the greater Seattle area on March 11th and 12th. And then March 13th and 14th, we have Portland trainings. So that Chad will be at. So those are the classes. We highly encourage you to attend them. All of those are from 6 to 8 p.m. And we will have, of course, like yummy dinners, CEUs, and all that stuff for everybody. Any other questions?
Nope.
Nope.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm sure everyone really enjoyed that. It does seem like there's a lot of information. So, yeah.
There is. Yeah, there's a ton of information. And I figured it was probably easier to see it with the video where you at least get a little bit more kind of visual element with it at this point. So,
yes.
Yes. So I will stop my video to let the next person go. And I will enter in our just the registration link if you want to look it up for the seminars that we have coming up in the next couple of weeks.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks. Okay.
See you tomorrow, Tammy.
Yes, I will be here tomorrow. So doing infection control. Oh, sorry, the video's going. Doing infection control and hopefully from my home. If not, I will be back in my husband's office using the internet here. So yeah, but I'm looking forward to seeing everybody tomorrow.
Great.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. Okay. And then last but not least, we have Carrie from Hawks. Did you want to talk about products for a little bit? You're on mute.
Okay, can we hear me now?
Yes.
I'm really quick. I mean, most of you know who we are. If you don't recognize me, I'm Carrie from Hawks Corp. We are in Portland, Oregon. The benefit of buying your supplies from us is that we don't have a sales tax. Oregon is one of 5 sales tax free states still. Let's see, we've been around for over 60 years. Dan and I are the 4th generation, and both of our kids are starting. So we're starting on the 5th generation. The ear mold lab, let's see, the ear mold lab started on Cooch in 1971. And as many of you know, the Hawks noise breaker, we still make it here in Oregon. The technologies have changed over the years, but we all know that the need for a well-made custom earplug has been a priority in our industry forever. And with custom handmade artistry, we can pretty much solve your fitting problems if you have them, and they're done right here in the building. We're half an hour from Vancouver, centrally located downtown, close to Portland State. If you haven't heard of the Hawks Noise Breaker, check out our website. It's noisebreakers.com. We did donate some noise breaker standards to the auction, so bid on those. As soon as I find out who wins them, I will be happy to ship them out. Let's see, we started offering custom discount starting at 10%. For any of you who want private labeling on your tubing or cotton dams, let me know. I think that's pretty much it. I mean, we know who we are. So if there's anything you want us to add to our line, we did add we started coloring our tubing for children. So we have a pink, a purple, and a green. If any of your children are that you fit are interested in colored tubing. Like I said, I'm quick.
Yeah, no, that was awesome. Thank you so much. And yes, I mean,
Thank
obviously
you.
everyone probably knows who you are. So
I hope so.
yes, by now, right? Everyone should know. Yes.
Hopefully.
Yes. And yes, so thank you for speaking. And yes, thank you for the donation too, because that's what we're gonna kind of go into next, is talking about the auction. Does anyone have any questions for Carrie? Anything specific? Nope. I love the tube coloring. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, well yeah, kids are you gotta cater your kids. They need a little more care and attention to where they're at.
That's awesome. I really love that.
Thanks.
That's great. Okay, does anyone have any questions before we move on to the next topic, which is going to be the auction?
Yes.
Any news, anything? No. Everyone wants to just be silent. Okay. All right, so I think most of the manufacturers I know had to kind of jump off, but we want to say a big thank you to everyone that did donate to our auction. So we're going to kind of go down the list here. Did we send a link to everyone?
Can everyone see my screen?
I can. I think most likely everyone probably can. Oh, it went a little blurry.
Hold on. Is it still blurry?
A little bit. For me at least. There we go. That looks good.
All right.
Can anyone not see the screen? Okay. So first, Oticon donated a pair of Oticon hearing aids. So it would be the top of the line hearing aids for them. So we have the starting bid at $2,000. Again, this is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to help earn money for the society so we can keep going. I know it's a little different when it's just kind of a silent auction, but we're going to keep talking about it throughout the next couple days. Bill, you and I can go hard at these if you want to and have fun like we normally do at the live auctions. So so Oticon first, and then next we have, let's see. Oh, went to the wrong one. There we go. All right. Well, next, extra large t-shirt with a cool, like, well, I guess we'll just keep going. Oh yeah, keep going that way. Go to the next one.
I'm working on it. Hold on.
I know. It's okay.
It's only slightly awkward. I'll get there.
No problem.
Let's see here. There we go.
Yep.
The quick
So-
add, Oticon devices are the Intense. So it is the brand new one that just.
Thank you. I wasn't sure. I didn't want to like say it. I wasn't, yeah, because I wasn't sure. But yeah, thank you. Okay, and then from Starkey, we have a set of the Genesis 24s, their newest line. It would be a set of the Ricks, either rechargeable or battery. So it is, you know, the top of the line hearing aids for them as well. So that's exciting. Thank you, Katie. I know she's already gone. And then we have a set of the Unitrons. It would be the V9s. So I believe it would be the same, either rechargeable or, well, do they come in battery? Keith would know. Someone from Unitron. But so they're top of the line as well. So yeah, please bid, you guys. We are really excited about all of this. It's really nice when the manufacturers not only come on and talk for us, but also donate to the auction.
Unitron only has rechargeable. They do not have non-rechargeable.
That's what I thought. Thank you. Okay, and then there's just a few other, like Carrie said, so Hawks, she's donated the noise breakers on there. So that's exciting for her to do that for us. Looks like we've got like a Costco gift card. Oh, and then the other thing from Starkey, they are also donating a set of the Soundgear Phantoms. So that's pretty awesome as well. So that is in the auction. They do come in different colors, rechargeable. So those are nice. And then, let's see, and then Phonak, they donated a couple sets of their hearing protection kits, like, yeah, their custom hearing protection kits. So these are like, basically, you know, ear defenders is what I always call them, with the little filters in them. So we've got a couple of those to bid on as well. We've got some t-shirts, some gift cards. And then NBC, you know, that I'm on the board for with them as well. They did donate a certificate for the exam. I'm a big, you know, promoter for this. So please bid on it. Once you bid on it and you win it, it's going to make you do it. So if you're not board certified, please go for it. And what else? Anything else exciting on here? There's a cute mug. I think it's the same canvas that, is it the same one that we have too? You'd have to scroll down a little bit, but I won that at the summer auction. So that's pretty cool. I hung it up in my office here. It's just kind of like a pretty wall art of like the cochlea. So fun. For my company, the Consulting by Design, I did another, like I did during the summer meeting, an hour of either business consulting or insurance billing. So if you want to bid on that, I'm sure Rick would always jump on the meeting as well, which is fun. And we've got just a lot of good advice on running a business and insurance billing. So that's on there as well. All right.
Excellent.
Yes.
Thank you, Liz.
Yes.
It looks like
Everybody know how to get to the site?
Yeah, does
So
everyone
there-
have the link to bid on for the auction?
the
Nora
link
put
is in
it
the
in the
email,
chat.
and then we just sent it in the group chat as well.
Perfect.
So the link is in the email where the two links for the Zoom meetings are. The link for tonight was only for tonight. So tomorrow we will use the one that's lower down. I will send another email out so it's fresh in everyone's email to use. And that will be the same one that we use on Saturday. So I think if there is nothing else for this particular course, we will have some short survey questions. Basically, they're going to go out with the Google Forms. That's what you all will answer to receive credit for these courses. Again, they are quite simple and they are answered in the presentation. The recordings, I'm going to do my best to get them out promptly for everyone. They'll go out to all attendees so that you can reference, and anyone who has to miss a course for some reason or another will be able to still earn credit for the classes that they had to miss because of other commitments. So next we have Jared. Are you there?
Kaylin, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yes, Doreen.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but is there any way that you can send the class registration for tomorrow, the Zoom meeting, to a different email address than what you guys have on file? Because that's at my office and I'm not going to be there tomorrow.
Absolutely. Do you have my email?
I don't believe so.
All right, can you guys see the PowerPoint? Because I can't see what you guys see. Yes, okay. Well, hello everyone. I am Jared Mace. I am a business owner and hearing specialist. Started 13 years ago in Eugene, Oregon, and I see some of the people on that we work with, and I'm very honored and excited to be with you tonight. I appreciate that you are spending this late evening with us, and for those in Idaho, I know it's even later. So thank you for your time, and feel very honored to be a part of this. I was asked to give some inspiration and some things that I notice as I'm traveling seem to help us in our organization. So I wanted to make this a little bit fun and embark on a journey through the heart of what it takes to be average and mediocre. And we're going to tiptoe around some of the tiny changes that can make a difference. And we're going to talk about some of the hidden opportunities, but I want to dive into a how not to guide for aspiring underachievers. So we will jump right into it. 10 tips on how to stay average. Deliver just enough. Doing just enough to me is like the sweet spot between doing too little and actually having to work really hard. I think of it like cooking with a microwave. If no one is in the kitchen to actually see you use the microwave, then technically it's still homemade, right? It's really the illusion of the effort that counts. We need to stick to the tried and true and never venture into new approaches, innovations, different demo techniques. Playing it safe ensures that you will never stand out. So aim to meet the bare minimum standards in patient care and service. Exceeding expectations is far overrated. Number 9, don't ask for reviews or testimonials. With online presence and reviews becoming more and more important, we need to stay away so we can fight this trend. Avoid seeking patient feedback in the form of reviews and testimonials. I find personally that reviews are like in-laws. Occasionally, they're supportive, they're usually critical, and you're not quite entirely sure that you want their feedback in the first place. So don't ask. It's just that much easier. I find that asking for reviews is kind of like men asking for directions. We all know that we're not going to do it, and we'll probably get lost anyway, so just don't bother. Plus, getting reviews requires pens, and pens are expensive, or typing takes effort. So we're just going to let word of mouth happen randomly, if at all. Number 8 on our countdown to stay average. Don't personalize patient care. Treat everyone the same. It's like cooking with a single spice. Sure, every meal tastes the same, but hey, consistency is key. We like to avoid personalizing patient care in the same way my teenager avoids cleaning her room. Sure, it'd make life better for everyone, but where's the fun in that? Not personalizing care is part of our commitment to equality. Everyone gets the same disregard. It's our way of just not playing favorites. I found that when I personalize care, it requires extra thought and effort, and that's really just not that necessary. So I like to treat every patient with a one-size-fits-all approach. Number 7, in my tip to stay average, resist change. I've always said if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But then I realized if you never check, everything seems unbroken. Ignorance truly can be bliss. Change, I found, is just a 6-letter word for new problems. Change is scary. It's like deciding to rearrange your living room. You could possibly discover a whole new perspective, or you could find out that your couch only looks good in one spot. Our policy on change is like our policy on leftovers. If it was good once, it'll be good forever, right? No need to check the expiration date on those ideas. So resist using new technologies and change. Sticking with outdated equipment keeps the practice somewhat nostalgic. Number 6, ignore the importance of aftercare. Aftercare, in my book, is kind of like finding socks that match. Sure, it's ideal, but frankly, I'm kind of just proud that I got dressed in the first place. Follow-ups are just second dates that we might not quite be ready to commit yet. I consider my job just completely done after the sale. I'm not going to bother building strong relationships with my patients, so we're going to ignore the aftercare part. It's a great tip. Number 5, overlook the details. Details, schmeetails. Pay no attention to the finer details of your business or patient care. The physical appearance of your office, your dress, your hair, the clinic, it really doesn't matter that much. I have found that if you squint hard enough, everything looks pretty good. They say that the devil's in the details, but I decided to send him on vacation. I treat details kind of like my gym membership. I acknowledge that I did it with the best intention, but mostly it's just there for decoration and for me to say that I did something with my New Year's resolution. So overlook the details. Number 4, don't set goals. Why reach for the stars when the ceiling is just that much closer? Setting goals to me is kind of like making my bed. Why bother making my bed if I'm just going to mess it up the next night anyways? Plus, you can't ever miss a target you never set. Why set goals when you can live by the motto, expect the unexpected? That way, when nothing happens, you can say it was all part of the plan. So avoid setting specific, measurable goals. Ambiguity in objectives is a great way to ensure mediocre results. Number 3, Don't work on your skills. Let's stick to our skills from the 90s. They say vintage is coming back, right? Who needs Bluetooth when you've got a good old cassette tape? Upgrading is highly overrated, in my opinion. So rest on your laurels and don't bother improving the clinical and business skills. Don't bother keeping up with the latest research and advancements in hearing healthcare. Limit your knowledge so we don't ensure that we're getting people's expectations too high. Don't work on the skills. Frankly, why are we all here in the first place? Number 2, tips to stay average. Blame external factors. Why would I blame myself when there are so many other options? I considered taking responsibility, but then I remembered that Mercury is in retrograde, and that's got to be the reason why I didn't have success, right? Astrology, the ultimate scapegoat. External factors I have found, I look at them a little bit kind of like my in-laws as well. They're always in my business. And when things go wrong, I will say they're pretty easy to blame. There's always an excuse: the market, other competition, and other businesses starting in OTC, the economy, the legislation, the upcoming presidential election. I just realized that if I can pass the blame, it's so much easier for me. So a great tip: never take personal responsibility. And tip number 1, avoid working hard. I personally treat hard work like I treat a telemarketer. I avoid eye contact. I pretend like I'm not interested, and I just slowly back away until everything goes away. My personal philosophy is, if at first I don't succeed, I just really need to redefine success. That way I can still achieve success without all the hard work. Pretty genius, right? Why strive for greatness when you can achieve mediocrity with so much less effort? Just remember, the couch potato may not win the race, but they also never lost the remote control. Plus, hard work pays off eventually. Laziness pays off right now. So much easier. These are my top 10 tips to stay average. Now, obviously, I'm joking on a lot of these things because success in our hearing healthcare field, like any field, it requires dedication and a lot of hard work. For those business owners and those trying to achieve success and those that have a busy office with a ton of patients, it is hard work. And it takes hard work on a consistent basis to become successful. And that means that you're going to impact more patient lives. I know in our organization, we talk a lot about numbers, but those numbers often are reflective of how many people and how many families that we helped. Blaming external factors. When you blame other people, you give away your power. This mindset prevents personal and business growth. It really is easy to blame the economy, the competition, OTC legislation, and all those things that we talked about. But addressing what you can control, what I tell people is control what you can control. There's a lot of things in our life that we have no control over, but I'm not going to waste too much energy on those things because I can only control what I can control. And so many times I have to put those things aside, write down some checklist and say, this is what I can control. And it's always my effort, my attitude, and how I take care of people. Working on your skills. In the field of the hearing healthcare, it is always evolving with new technology changing, new methodologies and taking care of patients, demos, making sure that we're constantly learning new ways of integrating Cozy and new forms and now an iPad or going digital for everything. It's always going to be changing. That is one constant thing that I can tell you it's going to continue to change. And so we need to continue to embrace that and continue to work on changing and improving our skills. I found with setting goals that goals gives me direction and purpose. I found that without them, it's really easy to just become almost aimless and settle for mediocrity and just kind of move along with the flow. And while there's some positive things with that, I find that I'm tapping into another level of myself when I have goals that push me outside of my comfort zone. And I think in life, a big part of life is trying to tap into who is that person that I can become? How can I become better? How can I improve and make a bigger difference in my community, to make a bigger difference in the lives of the patients that I am constantly spending time with? And so setting goals can be small as far as, hey, I want to put this much aside for my savings account. It can be something small like, hey, I'm going to do 10 push-ups a day, or I'm going to make 5 phone calls a day. Those little tiny goals just give you a little directionality, wind behind your sails that can give you some momentum to continue to excel and push forward. Overlooking the details. Obviously, details are critical with what we do. Neglecting the small aspects of patient care or business management can lead to a bad reputation and mediocre results. Making sure that we're taking notes on the color of the hearing aids we order for that person, or that we set a delivery appointment and actually lock it into our appointment creating software so we don't have multiple people coming in affecting, again, our reputation and care of patients. The little details of your office and the cleanliness, the details of how you dress and how you show up, and the attitude that you chose to put on that day. I look at attitude as an outfit that I'm choosing to put on, and that's a personal choice that we have to make on a daily basis. You have the ability to make such a difference and influence so many people, and the attitude that you bring and the attitude that you choose to bring is something that is critical to your success. Ignoring the patient and the aftercare. Obviously, you all know aftercare is crucial in what we do, and especially with TPAs and other true hearings and the United Healthcares of the world, I'm seeing more and more businesses either A, get out of that, or B, just start crunching down the amount of patients they see for that, or the time that they service these patients. And that's where, from an aftercare perspective, I just think of this as like, if this is my mom, how do I want to take care of her? If this is my dad, how would I want them to be taken care of? And obviously, as a business owner, I understand that there's a time and financial part of this, but the aftercare can lead to so much word of mouth and positive opportunities. Resisting change. We all know that change is inevitable, and resisting it means that we are going to miss out on improvements and opportunities, and this is going to set us apart from the average. And it's difficult when everyone is trying to be successful, when you are in an organization, when everyone is trying to be the #1 provider or to be one of the top companies in your market. It is challenging, and there are so many factors that play into it, and there's so many different hats that we wear, that we need to embrace the change and try to constantly get better in all of these areas. Personalizing patient care. Obviously, there's certain elements of taking care of people and giving every patient everything every time. That's always been our motto. But there is a certain element of giving everyone the same treatment. Is, I think, having one script that you do for every sales opportunity or current patient is the wrong way of approaching it. And it takes away your passion and your entertainment factor, if you will, for those patients, which they don't want to come back and be a part of it if it's always the same thing. So make sure that you take care of your patients and deliver personalized care to each and every individual. asking for reviews and testimonials, that can be an eye-opener sometimes when you ask patients where you didn't realize you were missing the boat. But I would rather learn about it now and adjust how I'm approaching things than to never learn about it, or for them to tell other patients that, when I could have made an adjustment to how I'm taking care of this patient, or communicating with them, or answering questions. So make sure that you are asking for reviews or testimonials. More and more people are getting online. More and more of our baby boomer generation are tech savvy, and they're looking at reviews and reading those things. I know when I was in an office selling hearing aids, I had a binder of local patient testimonials. And when people were questioning, they would flip open that binder and read some of the comments from local patients, just to give people some comfort that I knew what I was doing and that I would take good care of them. So make sure that you are asking for those reviews and testimonials. Doing more than enough. Obviously, doing the bare minimum is never going to give us the success that we want. Excellence requires going above and beyond on a consistent basis. And if we are wanting to stand out amongst the crowd, if you're in an organization where there's a lot of consultants and you want to raise through the ranks and you want to stand out, we have to continually seek ways to improve and deliver exceptional care to patients, so that word of mouth does spread, that we constantly are reaching out to those that are performing better than us, or networking with others in the field to get different ideas. I remember when I first started, I struggled quite a bit, and I reached out to what I call the Jedi Master, Jim Navarra, who is an amazing individual who's been doing this 20 plus years. And the owner of our franchise at the time said, "Hey, I know you're struggling, but you want to get better, reach out to Jim." I reached out to Jim, and he said, "Hey, if you want me to teach you what I know, you need to take me to Ruth's Chris." Now, at the time, I really couldn't afford it. This is a $400 dinner. And it was a little scary for me to put out that kind of cash, but I saw the value of investing in myself. And I take him out to dinner, and he opened up Pandora's box, and I got to hear all the little details, and I took notes while we were at dinner, and I asked follow-up questions, and he just unraveled everything for me. And I realized the importance of investing and doing more than just what is necessary. I realized that investing in my skills and investing in learning and growing and getting mentors helped me to become better. And by doing these little things, my income changed drastically. And this opportunity is available for everyone that is running an office, for everyone that is selling hearing aids. To make 6 figures plus is extremely doable. And that's where it takes hard work and consistency and working on the little things. Small changes can make a big difference. One flight, 220 miles we're talking about, from New York to Seattle, 220 miles off. If we are 1 degree off, if we left from New York and we were heading to Seattle, Washington, we would be 220 miles south if that flight pattern was just 1 degree off the entire way. Now, as a consultant, you're probably asking, well, how does that apply to me? Well, small changes in our world can make a huge difference. If we can increase our ASP by 5%, same units, same close rate, same amount of opportunities in a year, and you can take that from a $720,000 store to a $756,000 store. And then we increase our opportunities, and we do that by getting better and smarter at marketing. We do that by getting word of mouth and referrals coming in. We do that by getting better at converting phone calls into opportunities. But at the end of the year, we have a 5% higher ASP, and we got 5% more opportunities. And then we increased our close rate, that we invested in our skills We invested in mentors and reading books and listening to audiobooks to improve our ability to communicate with patients, how to read body language and psychology of why people make decisions. And we invest in ourselves, and we show up with a better attitude, and we have this more magnetic way of communicating with patients, and we have a 5% higher close rate. Those little 5% changes can lead to a 30-40% improvement in your numbers. And this is true for all stores. One personal example that we had within our organization, you can see here that their opportunities were only one off. 2 different stores, 2 different consultants, both full-time. The ASP was very similar, but the close rate was drastically different. Same amount of opportunities, and one store did 1.29 million and one did 770,000. So there are tremendous amounts of opportunities in what we do. And with things changing, I think there's going to be even more opportunities. Only 42% of people with hearing loss have reached out for treatment. And less than 1 in 5 reported that their doctors screened them for hearing loss in the first survey, which was done in 1989. Today, more individuals, 52%, discuss their hearing difficulties, and they're encouraged by their physician to seek hearing aids. These are some great opportunities for us. So reach out to your physicians, build relationships with your physicians in your local market. Referrals are always going to be one of the highest likelihood of getting somebody to come in according to market track. So make sure that you are doing a great job, again, of taking care of your patients, talking about referrals, talking about getting their friends in, finding ways of getting that conversation started, and you're going to have more business from that. Third-party payments and legislations for those that are here in Washington. There are some insurances that are now covering more and more, and there are further talks of even more insurances covering, which can be a great thing for people. So I think there are some huge opportunities for us in the hearing healthcare field. Historically, the average wait time was 7 to 10 years from initially noticing. And market track, again, they're saying that it is reducing from 6 years in 2019, and now it's decreased to 4 years. And possibly from education and getting more awareness about the medical side of things from an untreated hearing loss perspective, with dementia and Alzheimer's, memory loss, balance issues, all these things that come along with untreated hearing loss. And again, the baby boomer generation, 1 in, what they say, 10,000 people are turning 75 every day. 10,000 people are turning 75 every day in the baby boomer generation. And that's going to happen for the next 17, 18 years. And the cool part about that is that roughly 66, 67% of those that are 75 and older have a hearing loss. So that just leads a tremendous amount of opportunity for us. There's going to be more and more people that are getting older that need help, that are seeking your assistance to have the guidance of what to do. According to Grand View Research and multiple other research firms, the global hearing aids market is expected to expand from 7.91 billion in 2022 to 13.27 billion by 2032. And it's projected to grow at a compound annual growth rate of 6.78%. So what that means is everyone, according to the really smart people in our world, that the hearing aid industry is going to continue to grow on average about almost 7% every year. So if you're not growing 7% every year from this point forward, then we're falling behind the market. And that's where, again, we need to look at how we can improve things. how we can change our methods of approach and communicating with patients and getting them to purchase from us instead of going somewhere else. I really enjoyed this story called Acres of Diamonds, and the story talks about this farmer. And the farmer in Africa, this pastor comes and visits this farmer, and he is talking about all these people that are getting rich finding farms that have diamonds, and they're becoming powerful and great and being able to buy their own island and their own city and town, and they're just becoming extremely successful. And the farmer that night couldn't sleep and was dreaming about owning his own town, and said, you know what, that's it. I'm selling my farm and I'm going to go find another farm with all these diamonds. I'm going to go find where the diamonds are. And so he sells his farm the next day and starts on his journey, and he buys little land after little land, and he's searching streams and looking for these diamond mines and trying to find where the money's at, and ends up running out of money years later, and unfortunately threw himself in the river and committed suicide. Well, the pastor goes one day and was walking by the farm and decided to stop in and say, hey, where is he? It's been so long since I've seen him, and I wanted to see if he is here or if you know where he's at. And so he meets the new homeowner and the new person that owns the farm. And one day that farm owner that purchased the old individual's farm was taking his sheep down to the river, and the sheep was drinking some water, and the sun was shining that day, and it was reflecting off of this rock. And so he grabbed that rock and put it on his mantle and thought it was just beautiful. And when the pastor was in his house and was talking with this gentleman, he said, I've been around the world, and son, I'm going to tell you that that's a diamond. And he goes, oh, that rock? Oh, I just love the shape of it. That's not a diamond. I got a stream down there with plenty of those rocks. Do you want one? And he goes, no. I know that is a diamond. And so he takes the pastor down to that little stream, and sure enough, it had so many diamonds. It ended up being the largest diamond mine in Africa. And this is based on a true story. And I think of what we do with our patient database and the people that are continuing to come in. I hear so many consultants, as I've been doing this for over a decade now, say the grass is always greener. I've had patient interaction and consultant interaction where two offices in the same city, they would drive by each other every day. And one person on average was selling $60,000 a month and the other $30,000 a month. And the $60,000 one was worried about moving to this other office because they only sell $30,000 a month. And the 30,000 said, oh, if only I had an office like that, I would sell more hearing aids. And they both one didn't want to do it, and so the other wasn't allowed to do it. But finally, our owner talked them into switching, that the success followed the consultant. It didn't follow the location that they were in. And so that individual ended up switching so they could not have to drive so far, and they were closer to their home. And lo and behold, the one that was doing 60,000 in their old office was now doing 60,000 in this new office, and the one doing 30,000 was doing 30,000 in the new office. Our office in Roseburg, Oregon, it was heralded as the lowest income part of Oregon for years, according to the consultant, and said the economy, and blamed so many different factors, almost as if he was protecting last place. And he had so many different reasons, and they were all justifiable, and they all made sense, yet he still was performing at the bottom year in and year out. And we put in a new consultant there, a new hearing specialist that had been training for the past year and a half, and they had no preconceived ideas or notions about that town, except for I'm going to go in and give every patient everything every time. And that office that traditionally for many, many years did $200,000 to $300,000 a year did $1.2 million. And for the past 9 years, it has done over $1 million every single year. I say that because we all have our own preconceived ideas and beliefs and notions about our office, our market, the people in our town, the time that it's going to take to upgrade, the patient biases toward new technology, that they don't want to spend money. And I want you to question those beliefs and question those thoughts, because a lot of those have proven time and time again to be inaccurate. For those that have been in the industry for a long time, that cost of goods of the products I've seen go up. And that's one of the things with prices, that they are expensive, but you have to believe that it is worth it for these patients. You have to believe, because if you are on a scale of 1 to 10, and 10 is you believe with every ounce and every fiber of your being that this is a worthy investment in hearing aids, then they will always come under that. So if you believe that it's not worth $6,000 or $7,000, or if you kind of believe it and you're at a level 6, then your patient is always going to come in under that. And if they don't have a strong belief that they're going to get a return on the investment, that there is more pain that they associate to letting go of the money than of the positive impact that they're going to get by wearing those hearing aids, they're not going to shell out the money. So you have to increase your belief, and you have to find a way to get that patient to justify it. And when you believe it and you can explain it in a way that makes sense to that patient, then it is an easier opportunity for you to get them to purchase hearing aids and to pull out that card and buy the hearing aids. And your market has so many acres of diamonds. And that's one of the things that I want to encourage you guys to look at your patient database, and to make sure that you are mining that database, that you are taking care of them, that you're getting referrals, and you are making sure that you're going the extra mile. Because if you're not, there are other people in your community that will. And for those that do marketing and do direct mail, your patients will receive a direct mail from another hearing aid company, I guarantee it. And if you're taking good care of them, if you are building that relationship, then they are more likely to be tied to you. If you just give them a product and say, see you later, if every time they need a cleaning, they're only doing it with your PCC and they don't build a relationship with you, and then your PCC leaves and then they get a direct mail from another hearing aid company, they won't be tied to stay with you. Make sure that you're giving them the extra service and care, and you're building a relationship more than just hearing aids. So when they do get that direct mail piece, that they just put it aside and say, I have my hearing healthcare provider and I don't need this. Even if their hearing aids aren't working great, they will still put it aside. Even if they have the money, they will still put it aside because they trust you and that you're going to take care of it. So I want you to view your office as an acre of diamonds as well, of an opportunity that you really haven't tapped into yet, that you have so many more diamonds in your field and that you have so many more capabilities. And if you have a store and you haven't hit $1 million, that would be a worthy goal, because that means that you're going to help that many more people. And so I want to encourage you guys to change your perspective, look at your office in a different light, and be grateful for the opportunity that you have in this field, that we have the ability to make a great living and help so many people, not just our patients, but so many of the lives of the people that they're around, and that we have this ability to connect and to build relationships. And that's why I'm so passionate about this and love what I do. And so I hope that this has inspired you to look at your office and the opportunity that you have just a little bit different, and to take care of your patients with a little bit more care and intention, and to fall in love with them and to change and grow and to challenge yourself to get to that next level. So with that being said, I know I'm ending a little bit early, but I thank you so much for your time and paying attention and spending this time with me on a late Thursday night. So thank you for having me, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Jared. Let's go ahead and... Is there anyone that has any questions for Jared? Could put him on the spot just a little bit longer.
I don't have any questions, just a comment.
Go right ahead.
Hi, thank you, Jared. That was always love hearing from you. Very inspirational.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
I
thank
appreciate
you.
the opportunity.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else that has comments, questions, concerns?
Concern.
I guess I better get up early tomorrow.
Or not. Late.
No.
Okay. So, yeah, what we're going to end up doing is sending out those short questionnaires for folks to fill out to earn credit. They are simple. It's not anything extravagant. Tomorrow we will, all of a sudden I don't have my schedule in front of me. I should have this memorized. I have looked at this so many times. So we are starting off with kind of have a tinnitus morning tomorrow. Let's go ahead and